Welcome, beloved. Welcome to the frequency of ascension. Welcome to the portal of the Lionsgate. I am Astarius Miraculii. I love you so much. And today my subject is the Eclipse and the Lionsgate. We are coming up on a full moon lunar eclipse on the 7th. It'll be about 2:10 p.m. Eastern Time and various other times around the globe. And this is a full moon in Aquarius. When the moon is full in Aquarius, that means that the sun is in Leo. And then immediately after this full moon lunar eclipse, there is the sacred portal of the Lionsgate, or the Lionsgate Portal, that takes place on August the 8th, one day after. And the Lionsgate Portal is a time when the Earth is in an alignment with the galactic center and the star Sirius. The galactic center is the very center of our galaxy, the center of the cosmos, and represents a very powerful focal point of energy or portal wherein there's an interchangeability between this physical dimension and the inner spiritual realms. And so the Lionsgate Portal is a time where the veils become very thin. And on an astronomical level, this galactic center represents a place where there's a huge black hole, many dying stars, and there's a tremendous, it's like a vacuum of tremendous energy being sucked in. And so it's a portal to the other side of consciousness, to the other side of reality, to the inner spiritual realms of reality. Being in the sign of Leo, or being as though it's happening while the sun is in Leo, which is the lion, hence the Lion's Gate. A lion is a very tribal being, they travel, in community. And community is an extremely resonant energy relative to the sign of Aquarius, which is where the full moon is at. So we have this powerful opportunity to begin to align with more powerfully the essence of the tribe, the essence of community, the recognition that we as the drop are the qualitative essence of all that the ocean is, that which is done unto the drop is done unto the ocean. That which is available from the ocean is available unto the drop. It is a time for the recognition of who we are as biological living libraries containing the knowledge of everything that is, was, or ever will be. Both of these days, both the 7th and 8th of August, are extremely powerful days, powerful portal days. Always when there's a lunar eclipse, the energy is tremendously powerful. The energy of the full moon is powerful anyway, but it's multiplied many, many times when it's a full moon as well as an eclipse. And as far as the Lionsgate Portal, I am very happy to announce that will be the first webinar in the series from Miraculii University. I'll be launching my very first webinar, which is Ascended Love, and I'll tell you more about that a little bit later, but I strategically chose that date because of the tremendous power associated with it. Now, many times when these different powerful energies begin to show up on a cosmic level, sometimes it incites fear within people, and then there are some people who tend to teach about these things in a fearful way. I am here to be a catalyst for the activation of your courage, your wisdom, your love, your power. Leo carries the resonance of the heart. And so this is a time to allow the energies of the heart to expand more, bigger and brighter and more powerfully, to let the love frequency pour forth through you. It's also a time when there can be a more powerful activation of the DNA frequency within us, those codes that are an access to who we are in the grander scheme of our divine being. The galactic center on a cosmic level has an interchangeability with the central core of our own being. Anything to be known about the whole universe can also be found within any one of us, because each of us are a walking universe. Each of us carrying the knowledge of everything that is, was, or ever will be. Even though in our human limitation we don't have the outer awareness that we're carrying that much information. But there will be a point where we evolve to readiness, and we will access this incredible knowledge that we carry, this biological living library of infinite information that we are. It's so beautiful. The baptism just started as I'm sharing. The rain has begun to come down, and so we're being rained upon in baptism, baptized upon for the nourishing of this message that is being brought forth. And so the full moon is also a time when there is a huge opening at the feeling level. The emotionality of who we are becomes bigger and brighter when there's a full moon, because moon represents the emotionality of being. It's also the psychic dimensions of our being, because it has to do with the subconscious, or all that is subjective within us. Even though it may not have come to the surface or have not been objectified, but it's still subjectively there. And so we can access, these inner recesses of who we are to a greater extent. And so I invite you to utilize this powerful portal. And even though I'm shooting this video a couple of days before the Lionsgate, a day before the actual lunar eclipse full moon, by virtue of the fact that every time is now, even as I speak, these energies are accessible. We don't have to wait for a particular time to occur, because every time is now. Every space is here, and every one is us. There's only one life in which we all share, and only one love through which we all care. Only one being in all that we're seeing. A slumbering giant is what we are freeing. When one is at peace, what a mighty release of breath unto life, that all may increase. Anyone's joy is everyone's right. The wise one's wisdom is the blind one's sight. There is only me in all that I see. The joining of life is what makes me free. And those who achieve in abundance receive is that part of me in whom I believe. When I am a winner, I honor all life. When I am a loser, all life shares my strife before life on this earth. And my physical birth, I danced with the angels and knew my true worth. Yet all that I was, I really still am, the God out of heaven, an innocent lamb. If I want to know who I truly be, seek all that there is, and I will find me. So the seeking all that there is, we take the frequency of Aquarius, and that's an energy that is all-encompassing, ruled by the planet Uranus, which is higher consciousness. So we have this access to higher consciousness. We have this access to identifying with our individual selfhood as that which then morphs into the all-inclusiveness of our universal being. Because any being that we bear witness to is our own self by extension. This is a time through these powerful portals of energy that we can come into the awareness of the fact that everything that we perceive out there is a projection of reality that is generated from in here. Just like going to see a movie. You experience the movie on the screen, and yet the movie is really generated from within the projector. So everything that you experience in the so-called outwardness of your life, which is on the screen of your life, is actually generated from the inner projector of your being. Anything to be known about the whole of the universe can be found in you, can be found in me, can be found in any one of us. And this is what is accessible to us, is an access to the reality of our selfhood, which is the very reality of the universe, because we each are a walking universe. Each of us our own version of the whole universe. The star system Sirius, which is also woven into this, which represents a star system of very evolved and advanced beings who are very instrumental in helping to accelerate the evolvement of those of us here on earth, us humans. And so we give honor to the Sirians. We give honor to the higher galactic beings that are always there to be as a source of helpfulness and a source of expansion for us. So in this full moon eclipse, sun and moon are in opposition to each other. Sun in Leo, and Mars is very closely conjunct the sun, so that Mars energy is igniting it even more. Mars carries a lot of fire. It's the energy of desire. It's the energy of passion. It's the energy of assertiveness. It's the assertiveness, the energy of optimism, of faith, of courage. All of these energies factor into this full moon energy. And then we have acting as mediator planets, because in an opposition, if there's conflict, if there's not an integration between the two so-called opposing forces, for example, we want to integrate the energies of Aquarius and the energies of Leo so that they work in harmony with each other and they can come together to reveal one another to each other, as opposed to being antagonistically opposing each other. So we're getting some assistance from the planet Jupiter that is in the sign of Libra, which is air. And so Jupiter in Libra makes a trine, which is harmonious, to the sun in Aquarius, and a sextile, which is also harmonious, to it makes a trine to a trine to Aquarius, which is where the moon is at. Pardon me, I said sun, but a trine to the moon in Aquarius, as well as a sextile to the sun in Leo. So it's harmonious. It's acting as a mediator between those two planets. So Jupiter in Libra is that which helps us to positively assimilate these energies. Being in the sign of Libra, we must do it by way of all of our relations, by accentuating the reality of relationship. Relationship created from above, a vessel for the journey of love, sailing upon the human seas, mirrors of self that set me free. Our human goal above any other to reveal one another to each other. When I relate to you, I learn and I see, and yet my greatest learning is always about me. Therefore, relationship must be the key to my self-mastery. So we want to use the higher wisdom Jupiter of relationship, Jupiter in Libra, that is harmoniously touching both axes of the full moon. So you want to take a look at, where are you in your resonance of relationship? Are you coming from a place of love? Are you coming from a place of harmony and peacefulness? All of that is extremely important, because that which you do unto another, you also do unto yourself by extension. Because any being that you encounter out there is also a corresponding cellular counterpart inside of your own being. All that they are, you are. All that you are, they are. Life comes together to reveal one another to each other. We also have the planet Saturn acting as a mediator planet too. Saturn in Sagittarius, which makes a trine, to the sun in Leo, and a sextile to the moon in Aquarius. Again, as a mediator frequency, being, in Sagittarius. So that says, it's a time to really become more concrete, Saturn, in our pursuit of higher wisdom, Sagittarius. It's a grounding force. So this is a way that we can take all of these celestial energies and then ground them into practical reality, ground them into practical expression. So Saturn is helping to facilitate that. August is a 9-month, numerologically speaking. 9 is the elder number. All numbers are combinations of 1 through 9. 9 is like being in the frequency of graduation or the senior year of school. You're getting ready to graduate. Now you're accountable for all of the makeup work. You've got to deal with all of the prerequisites and everything that was required in order to make graduation happen. You got to do it. No matter how much you've been putting on the back burner, you got to deal with it in the 9 frequency. So the elder self is being called forward within all of us. There would be, to some extent, an intolerance in the immaturity that we might find within ourselves or within others. There is a requirement of accelerated maturity within our being. Growing and expanding within the feeling frequency. Also, it's an opportunity to become more telepathically attuned. This is an amazing frequency. And I offer this energy of the didgeridoo to help now line us up with a positive activation of this energy. Ashe, Amen, Namaste, Hotep in Lakesh, Alakin Shalom, Satnam, Hariom. Divine Creator, God, Goddess Absolute, we come before your sacred throne of spirit and truth in the recognition that you have planted within our being all that you are. that all to be known about the absoluteness of your being we can find within the inner sanctum of the human beingness that we are, that is the container of our soul. We send forth our energies to align with the galactic center, to align with the Lionsgate Portal, to access the other side of consciousness, to bring the resonance of cellular ascension into our being. We ask you, Divine Creator, to allow us to move forward in the frequency of love, in the recognition that all that we are loving is our own self by extension. And so let there be the choice within us to love all, for in loving all, we love all of who we are. We thank you, Divine Creator, for activating within us a spirit of courage, that we believe in who we are and we believe in our capacity to access all of these galactic energies in a good way, in the recognition that we are meant to be empowered by everything, and everything is meant to be servant unto us. And so we send forth powerful energies of light and love unto the frequency of the full moon in Aquarius and the sun in Leo, and the Jupiter and the Saturn that is acting as mediator planets, to activate all of that energy in a good way for ourselves individually and for our collective self universally. We are so grateful to be the reality that you have created us to be, and to now be of the presence of mind and heart to own this consciousness, to own this reality of our selfhood, and to experience immediate transformation. Aho Ashe, Amen, Namaste, Hotepin Lakesh, Alakin, Shalom, Satnam, Hari Om. Our sacred juices are cooked and infinitely expanding. And so, beloved, access all of this energy in a good way. And I am happy to announce that Miraculii University is now launched. And the first webinar for this mystery school, Miraculii University, is going to be on the Lionsgate Portal Day on the 8th. It'll be the 8th of August at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. There will be a link at the bottom of this video where you can register for this webinar. It won't cost you anything to register. I am, however, asking for a suggested heart offering of anywhere from $13 to $26, and that can be done separately. It's not a requirement to do that to register. And it can also be done before or after the webinar. I'm trusting, the honor system, and trusting you to play in the field of win-win, because we've got some powerful work to do. I'm excited to be able to share in the webinar platform, because there's so much that God has given me that I can share in that platform that I've not been able to share thus far online, because it's a broader energy. It'll be in the moment. It'll be interactive. You'll be able to email me questions. I'll be able to respond directly, and it's going to be an amazing journey. We're going to be working with, or the subject is Ascended Love, Balancing the Heart Chakra. And this is appropriate to the Lionsgate Portal, because Leo is the frequency of the heart. It's also the frequency of royalty, aligning with that royal something that exists within each and every one of us. The princess, the prince, the king, the queen, we all have that within the inner sanctum of our being, and we're going to be working on bringing all of that forward. We're going to be expanding self-love, and also teaching the art of how to let love love you, because that is the true access code to self-love, is when you know the art of letting love love you. Going to be working with healing emotional pain. Going to be doing some very powerful transmissions. So it's going to be extremely experiential, and there'll be a lot of different energies that you'll literally feel on a physical level being activated within your body. So again, to register for Ascended Love, the first webinar on the Lionsgate Day of 8/8, August 8, 2017 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow the link below this video, and then in order to give your heart offering, you'll see another link that you can go to in order to just drop me a little something via my PayPal. I love you so much. I appreciate you being committed to growth and expansion. Thank you for all that you've done in life that has contributed to the expansion of the universe. The expansion of the universe is at the mercy of your personal growth and my personal growth. And so it's a big thing when you grow and when you expand and when you invest in ways of growing and contributing to life being a better life. The whole universe is complemented and glorified. So be in the awareness of that. Also, be sure and check out my website. I have a number of CDs over there, with sound clips that you can experience. I'm up to 19 CDs available now, so you can find some amazing stuff, a couple of books as well. And so check that out. And if you're interested in a personal session, I do psychic astrology readings, practice and teach Reiki, and certainly sound transmissions with the didgeridoo and vocal harmonics. Aho Ashe, Amen Namaste, Hotep in Lakesh, Alakin, Shalom Satnam, Hariom. Our sacred juices are cooked and infinitely expanding. Miraculii, loving you with the passion of heaven.